right, it is day one. Ian and I drove up to Jackson for the weekend. And we're getting a little bit of a late start this morning. As you can probably tell, it is really coming down this morning, so we slept in a bit and we're just kind of getting gear ready, loaded up in the trucks. Gotta go drop the drift boat, and we're floating the Snake today, so hopefully it's not raining all day. The sun's supposed to come out in a bit. It was supposed to stop raining about 2 hours ago, and I think it's just now starting to pick up, so we'll see what happens. But Ian and I are up here with his cousin Connor for like 3 days this weekend, and we're gonna try to get some fish in the net. Yeah, we'll see what happens. Should be a good day no matter what.
Yeah, we've been floating the Snake like every weekend, but it's just been white water and cracking down waves, you know? We haven't been doing a whole lot of fishing, so it's just starting to fish now. It's just coming down.
Which is good, because it's a short window.
Yeah.
Short window here, isn't it? It's like a month and 2 months of good fishing, and then it just starts getting cold again.
Yeah, even 2 weeks ago, it was still a little murky, and yeah, I got skunked.
That's kind of surprising.
I fished for like 45 minutes and didn't get a bite. Dude, the river's still flowing quite a bit, so I think we can just tie on some big stuff and a tractor pattern, see if they don't eat a big Pat's rubber legs, and we'll get into it.
Nature shows me, makes me taut. I could climb this mountain now, rise above the clouds and see. Oh, the force that kept us strong.
All right, Nate here, checking in from the boat ramp. Boys are dropping trucks, and I just tied on and caught 4 cutties so far. 2 on a chubby, 1 on a Pats, and 1 on a little Rainbow Warrior. So that gives us a little bit of beta to work with today. And we'll see. They should be back anytime now, but 4 fish in like 15 minutes, it's a pretty good start.
Getting rigged up here, boat's ready to rock. Yeah, we're gonna do about a 15-mile float here at the output of Jackson Lake, Snake River. I'm tying a little chubby on, micro chubby. I'm gonna do a little dry dropper rig because Mr. Cameraman here got some intel while we were dropping the shuttle car. So I'm gonna tie on what he had on. Chubby, probably a Pat's rubber legs, maybe a pheasant tail. We'll see what happens. But yeah, it's about 12:15. We're doing an afternoon float here, hoping to get a good bite at some point. Yeah, we'll keep you updated.
All right, well, it was a pretty epic start for me at the boat ramp. And then after that, it's been super slow. I mean, we started fishing in the middle of the afternoon, so expectations weren't all that high. But we just started getting into them again a little bit. A couple nice hits from cutthroat, and Ian just landed a nice, I don't know, probably 19-inch brown. But yeah, we're just hanging out on the sandbar. Right around this bend here is the perfect view of the Tetons. So, you know, you can't complain about being out here, even if there were no fish being caught. So good day all around. I think we're gonna go for a swim, have a little bit of lunch, and hit the water again.
You got to make sure that you put a good layer of chip on the gourmets, or else it doesn't have the right ratio of like sauce to crunch. Bone apple teeth, man.
All right, it's about 6 o'clock in the evening, and we kind of just had lunch, some turkey and cheese sandwiches. As expected, we're running far behind schedule with the number of stops that we make to wade fish. As the evening goes on, I think we gotta kind of push downstream a little faster now if we're gonna get off the river before it's pitch black dark. But I think the next few bends here will have an insane view of the whole Teton Range, like as picturesque as it gets. Like, this is a float of a lifetime for sure. So yeah, hopefully we get a few more fish in the net.
No, I don't think we're slacking off. I think I don't know what the hell I'm doing. That could be a big contributing factor. I'm just trying to see some wildlife at this point. I haven't even seen a deer. Saw a couple bald eagles though. Kicked one out of a tree over there. It was the most majestic thing I've seen all day. It's good. That's a real nice fish. Yeah. Big, ooh, he's shaking me. Here, coming at you. Jeez. Really worked for that one. Holy heck. Oh. Stop it.
Doing okay?
Apparently it's my first time. Right towards the camera.
Love it.
So we just got back to camp here a little bit ago. We were out a little longer than expected because Connor misplaced his phone, so we spent about, I don't know, 30, 45 minutes looking for that. He did find it, buried in the boat somewhere, ow. But with that being said, we were gonna do steaks tonight. Don't really have the time to do so. So we're doing my own little special creation here. A brachito, cross between a bratwurst and a taquito. Kind of a camp favorite.
All right, good morning. Today we're floating a different section of the Snake that none of us are all that familiar with. Connor hasn't floated it before, so it'll be a little bit experimental, but we've got some good beta to work with, and yeah, hopefully we get some dry eats today.
That'd be nice.
We hear they're hitting chubbies.
It picked up pretty well later last night on the river, but it would be really nice to get some of that this afternoon. So it's like noon now, getting a later start than expected, but yeah, we'll get after it.
Yeah.
Thoughts? Well, we're at the tail end of a alleged salmon fly hatch, so that could be fun. Maybe get some eats on top on some big chubbies. Maybe nymph a little bit, we'll see. I'm definitely gonna swing this big old streamer around. Looks ridiculous, but we're fishing for big browns, so it might be a good opportunity to catch one on a big old streamer. Other than that, yeah, it's 12:30. Hoping to get in the water by about 1:15, and we'll see you there.
All right, the boys just dropped off the truck at the takeout. About to push off here. I got my ramp fish while they were away, a nice cutty on a chubby, nonetheless. Got the goods. Connor, you ready? Let's hit the water.
I'd love it if these other guys didn't decide to high hole us over here on our left. That's real cool of them. I don't think that we would do that to them, but you know, that's the price you pay for just being a nice guy sometimes, I guess. Whatever. All right, let's try and get serious about this. What are we going?
What are you grabbing? What are you going to?
The Nympharoo.
You've got 3 options in your golf bag. Which iron are you going for?
7-iron, dude. It works every time.
What's the 7-iron?
Just this little dark Pat's rubber legs. Little pheasant tail off the bottom. It's about as a generic of a pattern as you can go with. Hey boys, I think it's a whitey. I don't know, feels like a log. Yep, hold on. You know how they are. He never wants to stop squirming around.
Keep me dancing till I'm dead. 'Cause I could run a mile like this. Head over heels feels like this. The sun has got me on my track. I ain't never looking back. I ain't looking back. I ain't looking back. I ain't looking.
It's a nice trout.
Yeah, you know, Ian invited me up here about 4 days before we came, and I almost declined the offer because I thought I was gonna be too busy with work. And turns out you should just bring your work with, because we've had 2 days now of not the fastest fishing I've ever had. You know, we're catching a handful of fish every day, but they're nice big fish, like a good couple inches above what we've been catching locally in Colorado. I mean, today alone we've caught like 4 fish total, but it's been an awesome day. Beautiful weather, not a lot of people on the river, so it feels like we kind of have it to ourselves. And the fish we're catching are just beautiful, man. Like, you can't beat this. So we'll probably wade fish here for a bit, float the rest of the river, probably take us about an hour. And then I think we might try to camp on the Idaho side and maybe fish this again tomorrow. Try to catch the hatch again. All right, that's a wrap. A couple days in Wyoming and Idaho, floating the snake. You know, Ian and I came up here to visit Connor with pretty high expectations on the quality of fishing that we'd find. And I think it turned out to be a lot harder than expected. You know, we had to really work for it. We probably threw 20,000 casts each. And, you know, in general, we got on a handful of really nice fish when we were catching them, but it was not as consistent as we expected. How do you think, in general, how did the fishing meet your expectations?
Well, our last trip in Colorado, we did a little walk and wade, and it came up short, to say the least. Long, hot day, so we were looking for not only a little bit cooler weather, but a little better fishing. So yeah, the snake made a quick trip up here. I know this season it's been, from what Connor said, they had a little bit of a late runoff. The water's kind of just cleared up and come down, so the fishing's just started to get good. And it's a short window, I think, this year of how long they're gonna have some good fishing here. Overall, I think from the hatches we saw, the views, the experiences, it was awesome. Rising fish, we moved fish, we had a lot of eats. I myself, especially today, had a lot of misses. I whiffed on probably 6 fish, one of which was a pretty large one that kind of is haunting me at the moment. But overall, I think not as many fish as we would have liked, but the quality of fish was good. Everything, not everything, but most of what we were catching was 18 to 20 inches, browns, rainbows, cutties. So that's how it goes sometimes. Overall, it was good to see Connor, good to spend some time up in Wyoming, a little time in Idaho, and it's good to close it out with a nice little campfire here.
Yeah.
A little glass of whiskey and
Final night before we hit the road back south.
yeah.
Yeah, you know, a couple big fish, epic scenery, some wildlife, and some peace and quiet up here in the mountains. So
Can't beat it.
you really can't beat it. But if you guys want to see more of this kind of stuff in the future, this is something that we're just kind of trying out. It was super fun to put together, and we'd love to do more stuff like this in the future. So if this was interesting, if you enjoyed it, let us know. Send us a comment, like it, send us a message, and yeah, we'll see you in the next one. Cheers.